Hola clase, buenos días. Felicidades. Tenemos ya 2 semanas de nuestras clases de español 201. Así que felicidades a todos porque ya vamos a medio curso. So congratulations because we already have 2 weeks of our Spanish 201 class. We're in the middle of our semester or mini-master or the classes for the summer. So congratulations for that. You've made it so far. And most of you have done very well. All of you have done well. Some of you have done exceedingly well because I have very good scores. There are a few things that I want to tell you because we had some very good responses in most of the exams, most of the assignments. However, there were a few that missed the target. So I just want to go over very few things of what we need to keep in mind while we turn in our assignments, especially because this is an online class. So let me tell you, keep in mind, remember that we have for the exams and for other lessons too, but especially for the exam, we have 2 parts for that exam. There is a Wiley part, and I've explained this before, a Wiley part that you go online and you work on that. You don't even have to submit it. You finish working on it and I'll see your score. That part is worth a certain percentage of your overall exam grade, because the other part is an oral assessment that I'll give you, and that part is done through Moodle. So you will have to log on to Moodle and look at the online assessment sheet or information. So keep that in mind. Okay, your Wiley online exam is worth 60% of your exam, of your overall grade, and 60%, yes. And the online Moodle oral assessment is worth 40%. So keep that in mind too. As you are doing your recording, not only for that oral assessment exam, but for any other, most of the assignments that I ask you to turn in through Moodle, they're done using a camera. So be sure to have a camera ready. I need to see you, okay? So I do need to see you. Be sure to that I am able to see you and not only listen to you. You will also have to share your screen, okay? Sometimes what I see is that students have their computer and they are using the phone to do the recording, and what they do is just show me the screen of the laptop or the whatever they use, tablet, and it's fine on some situations. However, there are some assignments, especially, for example, on those assignments that are for participation, where you choose to do an activity. Some students chose to do an assignment that required to listen to an audio or to watch a video first and then answer some questions, but they missed that part. And what they were doing, what you guys were doing, some of you, was just guessing on the answer. And it doesn't work that way. So if you choose to do that assignment for your participation, then if I notice that you're doing that assignment, or you let me know that you're doing that assignment and you don't do it correctly, then it means that you're not doing it properly. And so you won't get full credit. Be careful with that. So what I wanted to tell you is that if you share your camera, if you're recording through using your phone and doing your assignment on a tablet or a separate computer, then I'm not able to hear the actual audio. So I need to know. So it's better if you share your screen. Okay, so practice with that beforehand so that you can do that. And that way I don't have problems or issues trying to listen whether you are actually doing your assignment properly. Make sure that your audio is proper, is correct, that it works. There are a few times where I'm not able to listen properly, so I have to listen. Sometimes I have to listen to your recording twice because I'm not able to hear you well. So as you're doing your assignments, be sure to address the topic. For example, in chapter 2 exam, we are focusing, the chapter 2 focuses on the past tense. The past tense has, where at least for now, we're studying two verb forms, the preterite and the imperfect. So I'm sure that you know that we're covering the past tense. I'm sure that if you have gone over the chapter, which is something that you should be doing, glancing, reading in detail, certain assignments, certain explanations, you should have known that you're working on the imperfect and the preterite. And not only that, but on the rubric or the explanation, the assignment explanation that I wanted you to use was, it even read, be sure to use the imperfect in your answers. So some of you skipped that part and just went ahead and did your assignment as you pleased, using the present tense even. So it doesn't, you don't get full score. But forget about the score. I mean, you're not really taking advantage of what you're supposed to be learning in that chapter. So be sure to look into that. Address the topic when you're working on this. And also some other things, something else that I have noticed is that as you're doing your reading, either for your practice assignment, your oral assignment, remember that those are two separate activities, your practice activity assignment, where I see you working on your assignment, and then there's the oral assessment part, weekly oral assessment. It works much better as we progress on our session, on our class. What I'm requiring from you for your reading, your pronunciation, has to increase. So if you are not practicing, I'm not able to hear you, get better in that. What I think it is happening is that you open up the assignment and you start recording without practicing. So be sure to practice first. And one thing that I recommend you to do is to identify certain Spanish sounds. You need to practice with that. The R's, práctica, and práctica, práctica. The another sound that is the G sound, those strong throat sounds, G, like Guadalupe. That's guttural sounds. That's very strong. So practice with that. G, J. And if you review your alphabet, you can practice those sounds. That's why in some of the comments, what I have written is for you to go through, review the alphabet, read it out loud. And as you're doing that, maybe exaggerate those sounds and you'll practice with that. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, etcétera. Bueno, los dejo ahora, los felicito otra vez porque les ha ido muy bien. Cualquier duda que tengan, comuníquense conmigo, mándenme un correo electrónico o quedamos para vernos en línea. So I congratulate you again and make sure to contact me if you have any questions, any concerns. All right, you can email me at any time and set up a time for us to meet through Google Meet, or you can even come here to my office. All right. Enjoy the rest of your week. Remember that there are some assignments due. Remember that as a weekly thing, you have participation where you share your screen, letting me know what activity you're working on for practice. And then there's another oral assessment, a weekly oral assessment, just a reading, I believe it is. I'm not sure what the actual assignment is for this week or the reading, but look into that. Don't delay on that. Nos vemos, clase. Que pasen buen día. Hasta luego. Chao.